Good evening, and welcome to another edition of Recommendations from the Couch. I hope everyone had a fabulous new year. I don't make resolutions, and I'm not very good at reading lists. I looked at my Goodreads where I'd started it last year in January and promptly quit it 3 weeks later. So today I thought I'd just show you what's on my to-finish list before I can get anything going for the new year. These are all things that I've had started because I always read more than one at a time. And so my goal is to finish them before I start anything new. This one, I finished New Year's Eve, Headliners by Lucy Parker. We don't own a copy of this, but Lucy Parker is showing up on all the great new author lists for 2020. So I had to give it a try, so I interlibrary loaned this one. Light romance, it was okay, it wasn't great, but I enjoyed it. Made for a good read. This one I recommended a couple weeks ago, Miss Benson's Beetle, when I did the new books off the new shelf by Rachel Joyce. I'm enjoying it, but it's a little slow. It's a lovely story. It's not gripping, it's not page-turning, it's just a beautiful story. And if you liked books like Miss Eleanor Oliphant fans, that's one that you'll like. It's just a lovely, sweeping story. And I'm about halfway. This is the one my goal is to finish next before I go back to work on Monday. Now, The Archive of the Forgotten, I recommended book 1 during the original Stay at Home by A.J. Hackworth. This is the Hell's Novel, or the Hell's Library series. This is book 2. I thoroughly enjoyed book 1. I'm struggling with book 2, but it's just starting to pick up, so I've got to give it a chance to really get going and sit down and give it a good read. But again, book 1 was amazing. I'm hoping book 2 picks up and joins the club. I brought this one home the other day, Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. Those of you that know me, I'm not a big nonfiction reader, and biographies or memoirs are even lower on the list. But I'm a Matthew McConaughey fan, so you either are or you aren't. It's written as if you can hear him. I've got it started. I think it's going to be one of those I can skip around and pick the parts I want to read. I'll let you know when I get done how it was. Now this one has been on my to-read list all long time. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I will tell you, I sat down and read this one in one day. I started it in the morning, had to go run some errands, cut my errands short to come home and finish it. It was that good. So it's a one-day read. It showed up on the Good Morning America book club list. It's an interesting book about regrets and if you could go back and do things again. If I tell you it's a book about death, it makes it sound really heavy, but it's probably the lightest, most uplifting, possibly the book about death that I've read in a long time. Again, sat down, read it one day. Highly, highly recommend this one. The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. A great concept about what a library could be. So I hope you all have great New Year's resolutions. I hope you have a to-read list for the new year, or I hope you're finishing up your to-read list from last year. If you read anything really good, leave me a message in the comments. I love to find new authors. Buying books is one of the best parts of my job. So if there's something you'd like to see the library have, let me know. I'm always up for something new. Until next week, have a great one. The library's open regular hours, so stop in and see us.